What's going on, guys? Auzi here and welcome back to a brand new video. So today I have got my new 442 custom tactics to show you guys today. It's been a whole 4 months since I've done my last 442 custom tactics, and you guys know with all the patches coming out, so much has changed. So yeah, you guys are about to see brand new custom tactics for the 442, and I would also like to say that the 4-2-3-1 that you guys know I've been rocking around with for quite a while now has now completely been pushed to a side. I feel like the 4-2-3-1, you know, having only a single striker when you're matching up against Flashback Varane and like Team of the Room and DS every single game, it's just not good enough. So yeah, the 4-4-2 you guys are about to see has replaced the 4-2-3-1 in my official custom tactics. But before we get into the custom tactics, I would like to thank Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring the video. If you've never played or even heard of Raid Shadow Legends, then what are you doing? Raid Shadow Legends is a turn-based RPG that's free to play on mobile and PC. The game looks amazing and it has over 600 unique champions that you can use in a PvP or massive PvE battles. Not only does it have a ton of champions, it's also got an insane variety of bosses too. One of my favorite bosses is the Guardian of the Void Keep, Malik Kavar. The main trick to fighting Malik is dealing with all his poison. He has an ability that deals all the poison damage at once, which can wipe your whole team. His poison can't be blocked or resisted either, so you will need shields or healing to counter it. If you can deal with his debuffs, you should be able to defeat him. Raid also has a ton of new stuff happening this month, including a fresh rotation of the brutal Hydra boss that has 6 heads, each with different attacks. They also have a bunch of events and tournaments every day, including some special Valentine's Day events where you can get brand new legendary champion Karato Fox Hunter. This is the best time to get started in Raid if you haven't already, and for the next 30 days, all new players that use the link in the description or scan my QR code right here will get a ton of cool bonuses, which includes 200k silver, 1 energy refill, an XP boost, 1 ancient shard, and a free epic champion. Everything will be waiting for you here in game. Once again, big thanks to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video. So let me go ahead and show you guys my new 442 custom tactics now. So let me just select it real quick. There you go. The defensive style is going to be unbalanced. The width is going to be on 40. The depth is going to be on 72. Build up play, balance, chance creation is direct passing. The width is 55. The players in the box is 7, and the corners and free kicks are both going to be on 2. Now, before I actually talk about the custom tactics, I do want to say straight up, these custom tactics do work on old gen and next gen as well. I saw a few comments on my previous custom tactic video asking if these worked on old gen, asking if these worked on next gen, and I do test them out on both. I've got next gen console, so I can jump on the old gen FIFA and I can jump on next gen FIFA. And I do test out these custom tactics on both, and I can tell you right now, they work wonders on both. Now, let's get into the depth, because I know a lot of people, they're probably looking towards it and they're like, whoa, why is it 72? Well, why is it so high, you know? Now, EA came out quite recently, it was like a few weeks ago, and they said that if your depth is above 70, your defensive line will not drop into your own 18-yard box. And that's something that like really shined for me, let's say. Something that I saw and I was like, whoa, this literally changes everything, let's say. Because as soon as I saw that, I'm like, okay, we're in business, you know. I can push up that depth now. I no longer need to play like 50 or like 45. I can now push it up above 70, and I can get that defensive line a little bit higher. And that's something that I'm always going to enjoy, because I'm not a person that sits back, right? If I want to sit back, I can just, you know, drop back, done deal, right? No, I like to press my opponent. I like to get that ball as high up as possible so I can score, so I can go ahead and score those quick goals, let's say. So yeah, for me, as soon as they said that, it stood out to me, and that's why I went ahead and selected 72. I did test out like 80 and like 75 as well, but I don't know, I just felt like it was a little bit off. I felt like 72 was just like the sweet spot, let's say. Now, the reason chance creation is on direct passing is because I don't know if EA actually know about this, but direct passing right now completely cancels out your opponent's depth. It doesn't matter if they're on 100, it doesn't matter if they're on 90, they literally could be on whatever. And direct passing will still push their defensive line into their own 18-yard box. Right now, direct passing, for me personally, should be on every single custom tactic, just straight up, because the fact that it pushes your opponent's players into their own box, no matter what the depth is, for me, that is broken, and for me, that is definitely something that EA need to look into, because if direct passing wasn't as good as it, you know, is, let's say, I probably would be rocking forward runs because forward runs is still very, very good on a 4-4-2. It's just how good direct passing is right now, and you need it on every single tactic. Now, let's talk about what kind of players you should be having in every single position in this 4-4-2 formation. So the goalkeeper obviously doesn't really matter. You can have whoever you want. For me, I recommend Mendy. He's absolutely fantastic this year. If we're talking about the centre-backs, fast centre-backs. So you can clearly see I got Bailly and I got my boy Varane, right? Two extremely, extremely fast centre-backs. Players like Ruben Dias will work. Players like Rudiger will work as well, right? So yeah, just make sure your centre-backs are really, really fast. When it comes down to your left-back and right-back, what you want to do is have two players that is obviously solid defensively. For me, it's Klaus and Elena. Absolutely amazing defensively, can really, really put in a tackle. But you also want them to be able to go forward because you're going to have a certain instruction on these two. So you need them to go forward time to time and you need them to actually feel good on the ball. So Klaus feels very, very nice on the ball. And that's the same thing for Elena as well. So yeah, just make sure they have somewhat of an attacking ability. Now, the centre mids, there's really like two ways of going around this, okay? With the centre mids, you can rather have two box-to-box centre mids, or you can go ahead and have like a CDM kind of centre mid and like an attacking centre mid. So what you could possibly do is like a Fofana and like an Hour, let's say. That would work really, really well. But for me, I've just gone for Fofana and Lucas Paqueta. You guys know Lucas Paqueta, man. He's absolutely incredible. Like, this guy can go forward. He can defend. He's got the skill moves to his games as well, man. He's beautiful as a centre mid. And obviously Fofana, we all know how good this guy actually is. With the wingers and the strikers, have players you're comfortable with. You don't have to have any specific kind of player, right? You don't need an Mbappe. You don't need a Griezmann. Just have players there that you are actually comfortable with going forward. So let me show you guys the instructions now, starting off with the goalkeeper. So the goalkeeper is just going to be on a straight up default. You don't have anything on him. Just believe in your goalkeeper to go ahead and make the right decisions. With the centre-backs, they are also going to be on default. So a stay back while attacking. Don't have aggressive interceptions. Don't have step up. They'll push out. They'll end up leaving a gap in behind and you'll end up conceding. So yeah, just have them on default. With the left back and right back, they are going to have a stay back while attacking, and they are also going to be on an overlap as well. The overlap is very, very important in this formation. I've started to enjoy it way more than I did at like the start of the year. I don't think we had an overlap on the original 4-4-2 custom tactics, but yeah, I've got it now because I notice sometimes with the left mid and right mid, they aren't always in that kind of position. Sometimes they do like cut inside, maybe go into a striker position. And that's when it allows a left back and right back to actually push up the pitch. So that's why I told you guys, have a left back and right back that actually feel good on the ball and have like an attacking presence as well. With the centre mid's a little bit weird, let's say, because it all kind of comes down to who you have in your team. So for me, Fofana is my stay back while attacking centre mid, right? He's a player that sits there, a player that doesn't really go too far forward, a person that still gives me the options going forward, but he's there just to pretty much put in the tackles when it comes down to defense. While Lucas Paqueta, you guys already know what he's there for, right? The skill moves, the finesse shot as well, and that's why I've got him on the right hand side, so I can go for the left footed finesse shots, go for the cut into the left foot, and obviously just smack it. If you have a player like Hour, this will be completely swapped around. So your centre mid has CDM, let's say, your defensive midfielder will be on the right hand side and you'll have a stay back while attacking on him, while Hour is on the left hand side and you'll have him just on a balance attack and cover centre. So yeah, it all kind of really depends who you actually have in your team. With the right mid and left mid, you are going to have them on a comeback on defense and get in the box for a cross. The comeback on defense is very important. Very, very important. The reason is because if you don't have them on a comeback on defense, they just sit up there. They straight up sit up there. They don't really do much. They kind of just wait for like a quick counter attack so they can make those runs in behind. Well, if you have them on a comeback on defense, they actually do something. They support your left back. They support your right back, and you can double team the sides, and you can also get the ball quite high up on the pitch as well. So yeah, make sure to have a comeback on defense on the left mid and right mid, and obviously they get in the box for a cross. I think you guys obviously know what it is, but I'll just quickly explain it. If you have the ball on the right hand side with a Gelson Mines, in my case, aka the right mid, what Neymar does on the left-hand side is get in the box so I can have that backstick option. And obviously, it's the exact same on the other side. If I have the ball with Neymar running down the line, Gelson Martins will make a run on the right-hand side. So yeah, make sure to have get in the box, come back on defense on both sides. With the strikers, one of them on getting behind, the other one on a simple default. I don't want a getting behind on both of these, straight up. I don't want it. Because if I have getting behind on both of these, they're going to be making runs in behind. They'll be consistently just running offside. I'll have no really striker to pass it to, right? So the most important thing is having one of these on default so they can actually come short, give you those passing options so you can mess around like on the 18-yard box and maybe just turn and shoot. With Mbappe being my get-in behind player, you guys already know how fast this guy is. You guys can obviously have a player like Vinny as well, right? Vinny would be absolutely stupid. You guys can have the new Neymar card as well. That card is ridiculously fast as well. Just make sure he's a fast striker that can obviously get in behind and outpace any centre-back that is possible. Me, obviously, having Mbappe, I think you guys understand how quick this guy actually is. But yeah, that is my instructions. That is my custom tactics. And that's how you guys should be using the 4-4-2 as well. Now, I am going to say one thing to help you out defensively, so let's say. What you guys want to do is offside traps in-game. Now, offside traps, they aren't used how they are, let's say, IRL. With offside traps IRL, obviously, you push up if you feel like a through ball is going to come in, right? In-game, what you want to do is do the offside trap when a person is actually passing back. So let's say they're running down the line, they push back, they cut back and pass into like their CDMs. What you want to do is you want to do the offside trap so it pushes up that defensive line near your midfield. You do not want that gap between your defensive line and that midfield very, very big, because trust me, they're going to get in behind the midfield, then they're going to have a great opportunity. You want to try to minimize that defensive line and what's called the midfield gap in between them two, if that kind of makes sense. So yeah, just make sure to do the offside traps. The offside traps are very, very important in this kind of formation. But yeah, that is going to be it for the video. Hopefully, this 4-4-2 custom tactics can give you guys a few more W's in like FUT champs and obviously division rivals as well. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, make sure to leave a comment. But for now, peace.